Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 72. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil of Overlord Tanks.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. We're back again with another We Are Tries craft beer. A leftover from the Halloween Spooktacular we didn't get to, I guess, technically, because I found it in the back of my fridge.
Way at the back.
Whatever. It's like when you wash your it's like when you do your laundry and then there's just a $5 bill that you find in the dryer floating around.
It's like, oh yeah.
Oh, hey, why not? Hey, $5.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, hell yeah. There we go. But today we're trying Mackenzie's Pumpkin Jack Hard Cider. And damn it, I forgot to look up the alcohol content on this thing. I don't see alcohol content, but they sure seem proud of that gluten-free label on it. Whatever, it's hard cider, so it's not going to be strong. It's probably like 4% or whatever. Something, we'll figure it out. Google it if you care that much. I don't look up numbers. You think I'm going to look this hard? Whatever. Phil got the Punisher here. Phil, let's punish these hard ciders, I guess. Alright, Phil. Give her a sniff. I guess this is technically our first hard cider. Not that we always do alcoholic beverages. We've done Surge and microwave pork rinds, Phil. Ooh.
Hey, we survived it.
I'm still technically alive. Alright, but let's see what Mackenzie's Apple Jack, Pumpkin Jack cider or whatever. Let's give her a sniff. It smells like pumpkin apple cider.
It smells like a pumpkin apple cider, like a special cookie type smell. Smells kind of like a cookie. So that must be real apples in it, obviously.
Well, like I said...
It kind of smells like apple pie or like an apple cookie would smell like.
No, it smells like... It doesn't... No. It does smell like a pumpkin pie with like a little bit of cinnamon in it.
Like if it was made with real apples.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Or real pumpkin, I mean. Not apples.
I don't know. I've had hard ciders before. I'm not a huge fan of them. I just rather have apple juice and I'll put some tequila in it. Or some apple cider and I'll put some tequila in it.
Actually, it smells like, like a pumpkin frosting cake would smell like a pumpkin cake.
Yeah, it does smell.
That's what it smells like.
It does smell like a bakery item, that's for sure. Like, you could go into, like one of those fancy hoity-toity cupcake shops that sells cupcakes for, like, $5 or whatever, and it's fall or whatever, so they're selling pumpkin spice stuff. This is what the building smells like.
I think it smells more like frosting to me, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has, like, a bakery...
It smells like frosty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has
like frosting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It has like a bakery cookie. Like grandma's making pumpkin pie or something, right?
Yeah, it's astonishing they could make it smell like that.
Whatever. We've been talking about how much this smells for way too long. Phil, to We Are Podcast, can you again? Ooh yeah.
To We Are Podcast.
Ooh yeah! That, well, tastes like sour apple juice with pumpkin spice in it. Maybe that's, I don't know. Halloween wasn't that long ago. It wasn't sitting in the back of my fridge for that long, was it?
Though it does kind of taste like a little bit of sour apple.
There's no carbonation to this all. This is straight up like apples. It tastes like it's hard cider, I guess. Technically, not all hard ciders are carbonated, but it's just hard cider with pumpkin spice in it, and I'm kind of burnt out on pumpkin spice after the Halloween spooktaculars. To be honest with you,
I am kind of getting more of like a sour apple taste, like you say, though.
yeah, like I said, it tastes like sour apples with pumpkin spice in it.
Right, I agree. It does taste like sour apple more than the pumpkin jack or the pumpkin spice or, whatever.
The headless horse bra.
Headless horse, brah. This ain't no headless horse,
This ain't
brah.
no headless horse bra.
Bruh.
This ain't no headless horse bra.
Bro.
You using a microtransmission? That's 2 days.
You gotta have a headless horse bra on your team, not a robot.
Now, like I said, I didn't remember buying this. It was in the back of the fridge. We tried it. I don't know, pass. Because, like I said, to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't remember what this cost, but it's the cider's just really sour. To be honest with you, and the pumpkin spice is overwhelming, and I'm just kind of so sick. And the weird thing is like I love pumpkin pie during Thanksgiving, and now I looked at that pumpkin pie with disdain.
Well, there's just so many different pumpkin spice things. That's why
Pumpkin
we just got burnt out over it.
pumpkin spice cream cheese.
Yep. Well, we did that at least one time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just
It's better on pastries and, like Pop Tarts, if you got a jelly and peanut butter sandwich, pop it on that. It's not like it's not like gonna go on your food. That's what I thought. It's not gonna be a regular item that you put on your food. It's just
Yeah.
like, for pastries and stuff like that.
it's not like how I put pepper on everything.
Correct. Yep. You'll be making a mistake if you did put it on, something that you thought it would be good on. It's actually, a real food item.
Well, that's the other thing I was thinking about too. Like I said during Thanksgiving when I was looking at the pumpkin pie. Other than the pumpkin pie, I never really ate pumpkin spice anything up until like the last 2 years. Where there's pumpkin spice Twinkies, pumpkin
Correct.
spice latte. Like I said, we're drinking pumpkin spice cider.
I even heard there were pumpkin spice pumpkins. I'm like, why?
Isn't that a pumpkin?
Yeah, I was like, why though? Someone told me that.
That might have been a joke thing. But Phil, let's
Maybe.
do the eat a pumpkin raw challenge. You love pumpkin spice? Rawr.
Ass.
Oh, I'm so done with pumpkin shit. I'm so done with this shit. Oh, I guess you can tell that this is probably the longest craft we are tries we've done ever. I think, but I don't know. Fuck it.
About
Yeah, pass. I don't care. I'm sick of this pumpkin spice shit. I like apple cider, but fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I'm so done with this. What's your rating, I guess?
it's not that bad for the alcohol rating, but it doesn't really taste anything like, pumpkin jack or whatever they call it, hard cider. Because, like I said, you get that strong taste of the sour apple, and that's what starts it off. And I don't really taste anything pumpkin-y about it.
Dude, take another swig. It tastes like sour apple, then nothing but pumpkin.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting it mixed up. Maybe I'm tasting pumpkin seeds. I think, like the top.
How does a
layer of
pumpkin seed taste different
seeds.
than a fucking pumpkin? Dude, it tastes like sour apple.
Stronger. That's why.
Whatever, man. Fuck it. I'm done with this shit. We're not, dude. I'm not doing pumpkin spice.
I would just try it once and then pass on it. I'd never buy this again. It's kind of misleading, I think, a little bit.
This is probably the most decisive we've ever been in We Are Tries either, too. I'm like, fuck this thing. You're like, I don't know, it ain't that bad. Why are you overreacting? Fuck this. Man, I'm so sick of this pumpkin spice shit.
I could see why.
Maybe that's what it is, too. Maybe I'm not so mad at this cider. I'm just so like, I'm just so sick of pumpkin spice. Everything tastes like pumpkin. Why are there pumpkin Twinkies? Oh, God.
Well, they just went overload on it. That's why. Let's see how many we can put out at the same time.
Well, just like the comic book industry, Spider-Man's hot.
Trying to figure out how much they can make, so they don't lose money
right.
and stuff.
Well, like I said, it's just like the comic book industry. Hey, Spider-Man's hot. Let's put out 5 Spider-Man books at one time. Hey, pumpkin spice hot. Let's put some pumpkin spice and some cream cheese. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen it, but I'm sure there's probably pumpkin spice vodka.
Probably.
How can that not be a thing, especially considering they've been... Man, plus that's the other thing, too. Man, if just had a time machine, just put some money in some pumpkin spice stock, we'd be fucking... There would be no Weird Podcast, be fucking drunk on Paradise Island. Fuck yourself.
Well, just think of it. If there's pumpkin spice beer, there should be pumpkin spice liquor. There's obviously a market for it.
Well, I'm sure there's...
Someone had to have made one by now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's pumpkin... I saw some pumpkin spice chocolates and shit. Like I said, I don't know why. Up until, like I said, back in the day, all I really used to eat was, like, pumpkin pie, and I love that during, like, Thanksgiving, and sometimes maybe even during Christmas. But during, like, the last 2-3 years, just, like, pumpkin spice is just walking up to me going down the street. Hey, brah! Get down on the ground! Like, pumpkin spice is just, like, curb stomping me with, like, you're gonna like it!
Why don't you have a pumpkin spice screensaver?
Yeah. Like, he sees me walking down the street drinking a fucking Blue Moon-ness Faygo, and he's like, why isn't that pumpkin spiced? Get down on the ground!
Why doesn't your messenger look like a pumpkin? Or something of the pumpkin spice? When you send messages, it should look like a pumpkin spice. Like, you're around a pumpkin when you send a message.
No, like there's a big cartoon pumpkin. I don't drink coffee, but like I'm walking out of a Starbucks holding a cup of coffee, and there's like a big cartoon pumpkin. Hey man, is that pumpkin spice latte? Like, nah man, it's just black coffee. Slaps up into my face. Fuck! You really should have. Then he's looking at me screaming on the ground, going, "Oh, I can't see." He's like, "You really should have bought pumpkin spice." Then he gives me a kick in the ribs before he walks into the store.
Pumpkin spice will rule this day.
Ta-ta-da-ta-dee, pumpkin spice will rule.
Freckle. Freckle for pumpkin spice. Where is it? It better show up in the next 30 minutes or somebody's gonna get sued.
Well, instead of it's the crab people trying to take over the world, it's pumpkins. That's what it is, Phil. Pumpkin spice is trying to take over the world. They're slowly making us eat their people so they can take over our minds by... think about it, Phil. If every little cell of a pumpkin spice holds a bit of its consciousness, and you ingest like 1,000 years worth of pumpkin spice over generation to generation, they could take over the world.
You just made a new galaxy.
I just made a new sci-fi novel, Phil. Imagine that. No, Phil, it's like The Walking Dead, but when people die, they turn into like vegetated pumpkin monsters and come back from the dead and try and take... Because of all the decades and decades of people ingesting pumpkin spice.
That would be bizarre.
Think it, and Phil, we could have Attack of the Killer Tomatoes versus the pumpkin spice, pumpkin spice Z, right?
The pumpkin dead.
The pumpkin dead.
They need roots.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that movie. Undead pumpkin monsters versus giant killer tomatoes.
Well, yeah.
It'd make a hell of a spaghetti sauce. Good
Heck yeah.
night, folks.
Help them get a new can.
I don't know. Look, we want to get some mileage out of me talking shit about Brock Lesnar. Want to talk about the SummerSlam squash match one as well. We always get the best work out of you when we're talking about wrestling, anyways.
We already talked about that.
You wanted to bring it up, remember? I remember you brought it up, remember? I said I didn't want to talk about the match actually happened.
Right.
Because like I said, I didn't care. And now I have good reason.
Oh, yeah, you mean the new one. Yeah, we didn't talk about the new one.
Yeah, the new one.
That's true.
Oh, dude, we've spent like 2 or 3 episodes making fun of that fucking WrestleMania bullshit one.
I remember.
Like I said, because we only got maybe like 10, 15 minutes worth of show here, and I know I can get at least another 10, 20 out of making fun. So when have I ever turned a chance to make fun of Brock? I hope to God he never hears this.
You know, he's going to freaking send Paul Heyman to speak at your door anyway. That's when you know.
Oh, God. Because he knows I like Paul. Well, remember, I told Paul...
He's not the speaker.
Well, remember, I even made the joke that, like, I'm going to go into a back alley. Brock Lesnar's going to rape me with a... Says I can't work a mic.
Yeah. So you're that mad if we are podcast, and you say, I can't work a mic to save my life, huh?
Yeah, he throws a mic at me, yeah. I can't remember.
Well, we'll see how you work a mic after I stick my fists into your sides.
Yeah. Okay, now we're done with sour craft beers. Another one of our great passions, or at least one of my great passions, is making fun of Brock Lesnar for being a part-timer and wanting to be squasher of a wrestler.
He's not there every day.
Like I said, I made fun of John Cena, but at least John Cena, he puts in work. He does show up. He's on SmackDown now, but he was on like every other Raw for years.
He's the cash cow.
Yeah. Like I said, another one of my favorite wrestlers is Randy Orton, too. But at the same time, I got sick of seeing Randy Orton and John Cena fighting each other in tag team matches on Raw and SmackDown, then fighting each other at the pay-per-view, then that Monday fighting another tag team match. Oh, now they're doing a singles match, but Randy Orton hits him with a chair or something, so there's a DQ. So that makes it even more tense for the next pay-per-view, because he's got to get revenge for getting hit in the back with a chair.
Right, or they had a problem one night, but they coexisted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, they've done that, too, where, wasn't it, someone was putting the boots to Randy Orton or someone, I can't remember who, and John Cena was fighting him at the pay-per-view, and he came out and saved so-and-so, and he was like, why'd you do that? Because I want to beat you at your best. You know? Because, ever since Hulk Hogan said...
it's a spiel.
Yeah. Well, no, what it is, too, is like John Cena. I'm not 100% sure, but I think as far as, like, that's why we call him the cash cow, because, like, Hulk Hogan was the original cash cow, let's not lie, before he said his racial remarks or whatever.
Work that mic, brother.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Make more.
Yeah. And then Stone Cold from our era, the Attitude Era, best era ever, 90s, whoop whoop.
Could also work the mic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing, too. Like, yeah, the best, well, not the best mic workers ever, but, well, one of the best mic workers ever, The Rock. You know, tell him, like, the best.
Obviously.
Yeah. Best mic workers ever. Top three, obviously, Rock, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair. Top three in no particular order. Right there. You can't argue. Tell me three better.
Ric Flair would be all amped up.
Yeah. Like I said, tell me three better. But yeah, but John Cena at the same time, t-shirts, those t-shirt sales are through the roof.
Well, the thing about John Cena is, he wears different colors and he wears so much merchandise that, it's hard not to buy John Cena anything, basically.
You got the "You Can't See Me" blue shirt, the "You Can't See Me" orange shirt, the "You Can't See Me" lime green shirt, the "You Can't See Me" dark blue shirt.
And not to mention how many wristbands he wears.
Yeah, and not only do you get the John Cena shirt, you get the wristbands, the John Cena hat, the John Cena ankle bands, the John Cena shoelaces, which I don't know if those are things, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't.
Pretty sure they are.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, whoever's the most popular wrestler is whoever sells merchandise. Even when John Cena's getting booed out of the arena, look in the crowd and tell me you don't see a bunch of kids still wearing his clothes and shit.
Well, shoot, I remember
except for ECW One Night Stand. Remember where he threw his shirt into the crowd and they kept throwing it back at him?
I remember that.
Yeah, he threw it into the crowd like 3 different times. And that was awesome. Yeah. But other than that, John Cena's been like the most over fucking baby face for like almost 20 years now. Or like 15 years now at least, right?
Right. He was just a young punk at the time.
Yeah, like I said, I remember when he first started, he was just like this young wigger rapper that people would beat up because, like, haha, white guy trying to be black, let's beat him up. But go figure, a bunch of young people that liked wrestling somehow grow attached to a white guy trying to be black.
And I can see why he could be called Fruity Pebble. But still, people might just buy a shirt because, hey, that's my favorite color. I'm going to buy that. That's why. I'm going to buy that because that's my favorite color.
Oh, yeah. Well, John Cena's not one of my favorite wrestlers, but one of my favorite colors is green. And one of my favorite wrestlers is Kane, but I'm never going to be able to buy a green Kane shirt,
Correct.
But you can do that with John Cena, though, right? Is your favorite color blue? Hey, here's a blue John Cena t-shirt. See, why do you think Rey Mysterio had like a different mask every fucking time he came out?
Correct, because of the color.
Yeah, so you can sell a different colored mask.
Yep, but people might just buy it just because they see their favorite color. That's why.
Yeah. Phil, I don't even like
genius.
Phil, I don't even like Rey Mysterio that much, but two of my 3 favorite colors are green, black, and blue. And guess what, Phil? I have a green and black Rey Mysterio.
At least.
You know why? Because I was at a wrestling show. It was cheap. And I bought it because it's my favorite colors.
Yep. It's like a marketing procedure.
Yeah.
They might buy it because they see their favorite color.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite luchadors of all time, though, is La Parca. But I can never find a La Parca mask. I'm kind of iffy about buying masks online. For obvious reasons.
Right. Modern world now.
Right. But if there is Lucha Crate, like there's anime or Loot Crate and shit like that. But this one's like, they do that, but with like, like Anime Crate and stuff. They put like all these anime crates and stuff. They put like geeky Comic-Con crap in boxes and then ship it out to you for a price.
Right.
Right. All the stuff people couldn't sell at Comic-Cons, they put into a discount box and sell to you for twice the price. There's Lucha Crate, because I watch on YouTube Wrestling with Brett. We've watched him before. He's done Lucha Crate before, and you can do that too, where it's a subscription box service. You give them, I can't remember what the prices were, but you can buy a premium. Yeah, you can buy a premium box. You get a wrestling DVD, some merchandise, and a guaranteed wrestling match.
Like a slam crate. That's what just came out.
No, you know what it reminds me of?
Something like that.
Remember when we would go to flea markets and dudes would just have like boxes and be like $5, whatever, just take the whole box.
Yep.
It's pretty much one of those. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, I wondered what that was, and I was like, oh, I bet that's what that is. Because I remember going to those flea markets.
Yeah. Sometimes dudes would just put stuff in it. What's in it? I don't know. It's $5 and it's fucking heavy as hell, so.
Trust me, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, dudes would do that too, and it would just be like a bunch of fucking like image copies. Like, oh my god, more copies of Spawn and Youngblood and.
Plus, it's a thrill buying a mystery box.
Yeah. 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 Well, at least in these new ones.
That.
Well, I guess that's kind of. I'm guessing someone that bought the. Like I said, someone must have went like to a flea market like we did back in the day. It was just, like. Remember we got that one? It was filled.
Maybe they bought all of them.
Yeah. No, I was about to say. Remember we got that one? It was literally just like some fucking Godzilla VHS been recorded like 5 times. Like it was all grady and shit.
I remember.
And some fucking Batman Pez dispensers and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was just a box of bootleg fucking VHSs and fucking Pez dispensers. Oh, good times. Good bad times.
Yes. Those were very good times.
Yeah.
Very good times.
Yeah, but at least with Loot Crate you can get pop figures. I still haven't bought those Steven Universe vinyl pops yet.
They're out there, and I saw that one the other day, the Casey Jones pop, Matt. Flip.
Is it Casey Jones
with he's got his
with the
white mask.
Yeah, I was about to say it's the one with the mask and he's holding a hockey stick at least because I haven't seen that. I didn't even know they had a Casey Jones vinyl pop.
I happened to catch a peek of it. Pretty sweet looking.
Oh, and I love Casey Jones. That's my favorite Ninja Turtle character.
I was like, oh, I probably would have bought that.
Yeah, I would have too. But anyways, we were supposed to be talking about Brock Lesnar and Goldberg squashing each other, or Goldberg squashing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
You mean squanching?
Squanching. He's getting squanchy.
The squanch was real.
Squanch clops. Blah. But anyways, Vince McMahon doesn't like to number anything because he's starting to feel old like I am. So it was. I'm not going to look up the number, but it was SummerSlam 2016. For some reason, people thought Goldberg coming back and fighting Brock Lesnar, even though Brock Lesnar and Goldberg had probably like the worst WrestleMania match of all time. Well, I don't know. Bret Hart versus Yokozuna was pretty bad too.
It was.
Yeah, when the match was bad, and then Bret Hart loses, and then Hulk Hogan comes out at the end for no reason, just because he wants to be champion. Ooh.
And Bret Hart was confused again.
Yeah, Bret Hart literally walking down the ramp like, what the fuck?
It should be called at Bret Hart Confused.
Yeah. No wonder why Bret Hart got so pissed at Vince McMahon. He fucked him multiple times. I can't remember what WrestleMania. Bret Hart
more.
No, Bret Hart didn't want more. He just wanted to be champion. Bret Hart had an ego. He wanted to be the best of the best. Like he said, that's why his gimmick. And no one is the best except for Vince, so he's going to push you under his thumb.
Everybody gets a payout.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus, like I said, at the same time, Hulk Hogan was making mad T-shirt sales. Whatever. It all comes down to whoever's making T-shirt sales, and unfortunately, Bret Hart chose pink as one of his colors, and not a lot of dudes are going to wear pink.
Yeah, kind of does make a little sense.
I would wear a Bret Hart shirt. Bret Hart was the fucking shit, dude.
He was.
Yeah.
Remember, they had those couple shirts that came out where Real men wear
Wear
pink.
pink, Okay, we're supposed to. Yeah.
But yeah, about Bret Hart.
No, we're supposed to keep talking about Brock Lesnar shit, but we keep talking about like, oh yeah, remember how awesome Bret Hart was and how fucking Vince McMahon kept fucking him every chance he had, every chance he got.
Everybody screws me.
Yeah. Bret Hart dropped the pipe bomb long before CM Punk.
Yep. I agree.
But anyways, back to 2016 SummerSlam. I don't know how old Goldberg is actually, but he's got to be like up in his 50s. He's got to be like at least 52, 53, somewhere up in there, right?
About that.
Yeah. And no offense. Yeah, and I'm about to say, no offense to the guy. He's in way better shape, and I'm sure he can kick my ass just like Brock Lesnar would in a fucking second. So good on him. No disrespect. But at the same time, this is why they did it. Huge paycheck. Because I don't know why. You and me, we agree. Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, one of the worst matches ever. Why would you ever want to do that again? This proves it.
It was better than what I saw at the last pay-per-view.
Well,
it actually lasted. I thought we were going to see a fight.
Well,
that's what I thought.
Well, in the WrestleMania, whatever they did, it sucked because it was like, oh, he did a suplex on me. Now I'm going to look at him for 5 minutes. At least this one wasn't 20 minutes.
Correct.
Because the first time they fought, they would do a move at each other. They would look at each other for a couple minutes, do another move, look at each other. At least in this one, it was over quick. Goldberg just did two spears, did the jackhammer, got the 3 count. Brock Lesnar looked freaked out while Paul Heyman's trying to console him. I guess that works good for kayfabe because, like I said, Brock Lesnar's supposed to be a beast, and Paul Heyman's kind of like his handler or something.
Mm.
So
makes sense.
It works good in kayfabe, but at the same time, the end of the match doesn't make sense because they've been building Brock Lesnar like he's the fucking beast incarnate, which is his original gimmick. He fucking suplexed John Cena like 16, 17, yeah, about to say like 16, 17 times. I think it was
16 times.
Yeah. He broke Randy Orton's face and got a DQ with some elbows. He
saw that.
The thing you could never take away from him, he ended The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak.
He did.
Yeah. No matter how his career ends, you could never take that away from him, And then he gets squashed by Goldberg, who hasn't wrestled in probably 10, 15 years.
Well, plus Brock Lesnar doesn't even wrestle every week, He's not even on the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's 2 part-timers. There's 2 part-time jobbers in there. They're both supposed to be like these they're both supposed to be like these overbound muscle guys. And like I say, no offense to Goldberg, he's in way better shape than I am, but it's not believable that Goldberg can go a 15-minute match with anyone, let alone Brock Lesnar, who's been squashing everyone for the last fucking 3 years,
Goldberg did beat up The Rock, though, and The Rock almost got scared fighting him.
That's the other thing.
He tried to get out of the ring, and remember, Jerry Lawler was like, I think The Rock doesn't want nothing to do with Goldberg right now, because he was like, oh, man. I saw that match, though. It was gory. It was brutal. Even the great one, the People's Champ, was like, oh.
Well, that's the thing that pisses me off about Gold. Well, to Brock Lesnar's credit, I'll give it to him, even though he's a part-timer, and he's been somewhat of, what I would like to say, unprofessional in the ring. Like I said, he dropped off Holly on his neck, and the ref was obviously looking at him, and he nudged. Like, he didn't put the boots to him, but he did nudge. That's unprofessional as hell.
Correct. He could have caused more injury.
Yeah. Even the Randy Orton thing where he's on top of him dropping bows. Randy Orton said that was in kayfabe intended. But at the same time, if you're not telling people in the back that, and this guy is, because, 3-4 elbows to your face can fuck you up pretty bad.
And
And technically in WWE, you're not supposed to blade no more. Which, for those that don't know, blading is when a wrestler gets hit with a devastating blow, and when you're not looking, they take out a little razor blade and cut themselves so they start to bleed. So if you're not allowed to blade no more, that means Brock Lesnar was hitting Randy Orton so hard in the face with his elbow that he cut him open, which could do serious damage.
he's hitting him for real.
Yeah, he's hitting him for realsies.
For real.
Yeah, for realsies.
For realsies.
Yeah. And that's not cool either.
That could hurt him.
Yeah, like I said, that can mess him up. That can mess you up pretty bad. But I don't know. That's the other thing too. WrestleMania's coming up. The tiebreaker, Phil. Always gotta have the tiebreaker. But I don't know. I
think I know what's going to happen.
Let me tell you this, let me tell you what I'd rather see. I'd rather see Goldberg come back for one night and fucking jackhammer Gilbert.
I remember Gilbert.
Yeah, Gilbert.
Gilbert. Ah, it's funny.
Yeah. They don't do the light heavyweight champ. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to say, bring back Al Snow, the Blue Meanie, and Steven Richards for one. Bring the Job Squad back more or less for one day. Have Gilbert come out, and then have Goldberg come out, and just he spears the shit out of the Job Squad, and then gives Gilbert a 3 count. And I don't remember if he was the light heavyweight champion, and the way he kept winning it, remember, is like the Job Squad would cheat for him when the ref wasn't looking.
I remember.
Yeah, just so they could have like a title.
Yep, like hold his foot down while he pinned him or something.
Yeah. And like I remember Al Snow would sometimes he would jump up and hit him in the back of the head when they were bouncing off the ropes. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Attitude Era. But yeah, but like I said, bring Gilbert back for one night, and I don't remember if he was they got rid of the light heavyweight championship, but for whatever, just say he's the light heavyweight champion. He's calling back like, I'm still the light heavyweight champion after 20 some odd years. And I challenge anyone in the back to come out and fight me for my belt. And who comes out? Right? And like I said, then he comes out, he spears Al Snow's technically working for TNA or whatever, but, hey, TNA ain't doing that great. You throw Al Snow enough money, I'm pretty sure if it's not in his contract, he'll do it.
I agree.
And what is Steven Richards and the Blue Meanie doing? I don't know. You mean to tell me Steven Richards
is TNA security?
No. Steven Richards is awesome. The Blue World Order, Phil.
Yeah. I did like that. It was a good change.
Yeah. Oh, the BWO was way
Plus, it's another t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, the job squad was just poor man's BWO. Right?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, we all know it's true.
Close enough.
Vince McMahon wants to make everything his own, so he's like, no, you're not the Blue World Order no more, you're the Job Squad.
You're what I tell you to be.
Yeah.
I'm a billionaire.
Well, what's the Job Squad? You're a bunch of jobbers that are never going to win, and that's why you're called the Job Squad. Because you're there to do a job.
You get to sign my name on your checks. That should be a privilege. My knee went out that one time.
This cat, I think it was his tricep or something. No, something in his, he pulled a muscle in his leg.
My leg went out that one time.
Oh, God. I beat God in a wrestling match. I beat God in a tag team match. I took a bump from God. That is insane, Phil. Surprisingly, I started this to make fun of Brock Lesnar, and I've done very little of it. Well, Vince McMahon is just such an easier target. Yeah, oh, he totally could. I'm not. Phil, if Vince McMahon came to me and said he gave me $100,000 to shut the fuck up, you mean to tell me I want to take that fucking money? I mean, you get at least 10%. I mean, you can't prove that. You can't prove it. 25. I'm gonna wrestle God.
I'm gonna wrestle a spotlight.
I took a bump from God.
God clotheslined me and I survived it. He flipped me over the top rope. I would like to know what they put on that flyer when people were reading that. I don't even know what they put on that flyer. I told them to make it up. I'm a billionaire.
I'm a goddamn
billionaire. Do you want to hear the words? You're fired. Do it. Make it work.
Phil Vince
Break
McMahon.
rules.
Phil Vince McMahon has a kiss. He has a kiss my ass club.
Correct. You can wiki it.
Yeah. And there's quite a few people in it. There's over 5. I'm not going to look it up because I care not to remember those parts of wrestling. But there's over 5 people in it. I think Trish Stratus was one. Oh, now I remember something super. For some reason, every time we start talking about wrestling, I always remember the weird, dark stuff about wrestling. Remember where Vince McMahon was drugging up his actual wife, making her like a zombie or some shit?
Yep, I remember that.
And she was he was dragging her out in a wheelchair while Trish Stratus was like his Barbie doll.
Yeah, she was supposed to be, well, they said like a coma or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was making out with her and shit in front of her while she was in a coma or in a medicated coma. And then I remember the one Raw I remember watching, and it just was the crowd was. It was one of the 2 moments I remember always being the weirdest and the most quiet during when I was watching Raw was the one I'm talking about now, where Vince McMahon, while he was obviously cheating on his wife in front of her, while he's putting her in a drug coma, because television. And remember, he said he was getting bored of Trish Stratus or whatever, and he made her bark he'd get down on all fours.
Degrade yourself.
Degrade yourself for me. Now bark like a dog.
Yes.
Do it.
Pretty degrading.
Rah, rah, rah.
It's obviously degrading a woman at the time.
Oh, that was super fucked up.
It was. It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Trish Stratus is in the Hall of Fame, so I hope it was Hall of Fame worthy and a fucking sweet paycheck. Something tells me we're never going to get invited to a WWE.
Must have been worth it.
Hey, Phil.
Hot woman like that did it.
Well, Phil, at the same time, like I said, Phil, if Vince McMahon came in here and threw us $100,000 and said, "Would I kiss his ass for $100,000? No, I want to kiss. No, I'm getting $100,000. You got to work out your own deal." Oh shit! Is he gonna leave me in the room? Oh fuck! Brock Lesnar's gonna be there though, ain't he? This might not be worth it.
It's like, by that way, you might want to come clear about that. We are podcast stuff you said. So I brought the Beast Incarnate with me, or whatever they called him at the time.
Yeah, like I said,
he's going to be called something.
Yeah, like I said, if Vince McMahon threw me $100,000 to kiss his ass, I'd probably do it. But if Brock Lesnar was in the building at the same time, not worth it.
It's like, I could put in a call to my cell phone to Brock Lesnar. You either kiss my ass or you're missing your face tonight.
Then his phone starts ringing. Did it. Did it.
Right.
Did it. Did it.
It's like, oh, as a matter of fact, he's calling me right now because I'm a billionaire. It's like, do you really want me to pick up that phone? You know, I got a flip phone, so, you know, I can torture you for... He's like...
No, he reaches into his back pocket and he pulls out a mic. I heard you said Brock Lesnar can't work a mic to save it. Then he spits on the top of it. Oh, God. He spits on the top of it and is like, now get on all fours and bark like a dog. Yeah, shot, remember that?
Yeah, take a shot, man.
Take a shot, man. But, one of the other wrestling moments that I was talking about that was like, super creepy and dark and weird that just made me wonder what I was watching. Triple H, remember, some call it the Reign of Terror, you know, where he, he drugged Stephanie McMahon.
I wish I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
I wish you quit talking about it, but...
Well, it's
this. I know it was bizarre at the time.
This happened, and this is technically canon in WWE continuity. Triple H drugged and took Stephanie McMahon to a drive-thru marriage in a Las Vegas casino.
I remember.
Got married behind Tessa's back, you know, because she was dating Tess at the time. Who she actually was dating Tess, and then did actually cheat on him with Triple H, and then Tess eventually died of steroids and drug abuse years later. Comedy. But then it was revealed that it was a double cross, and Steph wasn't actually drugged. She faked being drugged to do them because, you know, that's when Triple H started becoming the cerebral assassin.
Cerebral assassin.
You know,
Triple H.
Look, you want to do a couple more bad JR impersonations while we're at it?
Hunter Helmsley. Triple H. I know I can't say that.
It's a slobber knocker. Buy my barbecue sauce.
12 pounds of sour cream.
Oh,
each recipe.
Okay, that's an inside joke that only you know about. They actually did a WWE cookbook where JR has a chili recipe where it's like a ton. It's the worst thing you could ever eat. It's a bunch of sour cream, everything you don't want to eat. It's fucking horrible.
It's bad for your heart.
Yeah. It should be called JR's No Wonder I Had a Stroke. Oh.
It should be called JR's Do You Want to Have a Face Like Mine?
I apologize to JR and his family.
Is that too soon?
I respect him, his person, and his craft. Oh, fuck. We're such assholes.
Is that like Negan style?
Oh, fuck. That was so horrible. Oh, well,
been that bad.
Michael Cole did it before we did, so whatever. I'm going off the rails. But the other horrible wrestling I was talking about were Kane, when he was still somewhat Demon Kane, where he was wearing the face and stuff, and he was going into a feud with Triple H, where he's doing the cerebral assassin angle, where he's wearing the leather jacket, the King of Kings, which everyone knows the Macho King was the best King of Kings ever. You know, Phil, the pedigree or the atomic elbow drop from the gates of heaven. What do you think is going to win every time?
Atomic elbow drop.
Kinnigan, ooh yeah. Ooh yeah! But anyways. Maybe that's why I keep stalling, because this is even more fucked up than Vince McMahon in a tag match against. This is even more fucked up than Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon in a tag match against God and Shawn Michaels.
Technically, it's named after kind of America, you know, atomic bomb, Truman.
At least it's not called the Hiroshima Massacre. Oh, fuck.
But, you know, it was all about, you know, USA, 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 around all that time, you know.
Oh,
You know, take pride in your country. They're fighting a war, so you can watch wrestling. You know, USA, USA.
Like I said, Phil, we keep going off rails, but
Right.
when hasn't the WWE, WWF loved the USA mentality? Vince or
Well,
Hulk Hogan,
well,
I
even-
am a real
Right.
American. Fight for the rights of every man.
Well, even when Bret Hart fought Yokozuna, people were screaming USA,
Yeah, he's
USA
Canadian.
at the same time.
Yeah, like I said, and maybe that's why Hulk
It's just
Hogan.
another example.
That WrestleMania match versus Bret Hart was putting his all into it. Yokozuna was like, "I'm just gonna lie here for a minute."
That was funny. Bret Hart was jumping on his face, and Yokozuna's still freaking laying there. And, you know, he's jumping on his face, and it's like, Yokozuna, get up and do something, man. This guy's jumping on your face.
Well, no, Phil, what you did,
It was hilarious.
Phil, but what you,
You know, it takes time for him to get up.
Phil, but what you didn't see in slow motion, Yokozuna was pulling fries out from his shorts and eating them while Bret Hart was giving them elbow drops off the top rope. That's why he's like, "Give me another elbow drop," because he wanted another handful of fries. Oh god! Oh!
For the rights of every man. Just kidding.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I keep trying to talk about the two darkest wrestling angles, but okay, whatever. Short version. Triple H and Kane were in a feud. Triple H knew some dark past about Kane, even though he technically might have burned down his house and killed his family or whatever. But anyways, he had a girlfriend. They were drinking and driving, maybe, slightly implied. Got into a car accident. She died. I'm not going to look up the name. I don't care. I think it was Katie Vick. I don't know. But remember, the weirdest thing I ever saw, though, Triple H was implying that Kane got into a drunken driving accident with his girlfriend, high school girlfriend, and then had necrophilia sex with her dead body. And to fuck with him before the pay-per-view match, remember this? Triple H broke into a morgue, supposedly, wearing a Kane mask that kids could buy for like, I don't know, it's Vince McMahon, so probably like $20. I'm sure it wasn't cheap.
Probably cheaper than that.
Yeah, more expensive than that. You mean? Yeah, yeah, but he went to he went to a funeral home with a Kane mask on, found a casket, implying that he was Kane, was humping it was a blow-up doll or a plastic doll or something, I don't know, whatever. He humped it a couple times, and I'll never forget this. He humped her, and he, like, her head, like, squished or something, and he grabbed some red mushy shit, and I'm sure, like I say, you'll never forget this. And even me telling you, you might not look it up. It's on YouTube, I'm sure. But remember, he grabbed some red lumpy shit and was like, yeah, it was like, oh my god, I think I humped her brains out. Implying that he was Kane having sex with a dead body, and then he threw red sticky shit at a camera. And Kane freaked the fuck out and then ran out of the ring. That made it on television.
It's pretty yucky.
And they wonder why I don't watch wrestling so much anymore.
I wish I didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, the things that make the business now. You know, they could do that at that time. That's what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's like...
They really stretched it, though.
Well, if you think about it, like, wrestling's more or less... well, the one thing, Ready to Rumble, the WWE, or the WCW movie that bombed the company, what was his name? Jimmy the King. He even told those stupid idiots that were trying to get him to go back and wrestle. He's like, you guys know wrestling is just a little bit of storytelling with ballet, right?
Right. Like it was a soap opera.
Yeah.
Soap opera, basically.
Yeah. And, yeah, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, part of the reason why we like the 90s era so much, because, like, oh my god, NWO's coming in trying to take over the company. Oh my god, they're beating up people. They're interrupting matches. Yeah. Not like the Shield or the Revolution or any other people ever tried to recreate that.
The Nexus.
The Nexus, yeah.
Either Nexus or against us. I was like, I'm done. I was like, come on, I can't take them seriously.
The Nexus were the worst of it.
No. Well, they're one of them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, and who can lie? Like, the NWO made way more bank than even maybe John Cena has. Mm-hmm. Why do you think Vince McMahon tried to bring it back, even though it failed horribly every time he's ever tried it?
It did.
And same with, like, why do you think they made D-Generation X to begin with? They're pretty much, they were WWF/E at the time, or F at the time, E. New World Order.
Right, well, the Shield would be NWO. They had their time.
Yeah. But then they fell apart through infighting, just like NWO.
Yep. Same collapse.
Yeah.
It's like the same collapse. Can you sell a t-shirt tonight? Can you sell a t-shirt? Yeah. Sell a t-shirt. You better sell a t-shirt.
We never put that on mic before. We should, though.
You better sell a t-shirt. You're gonna get fired.
Because that's what it really is, man. Like, if you don't sell t-shirts, you don't fucking make money.
That's correct.
Like, why do you think, even though Brian, that's why guys like Daniel Bryan and Mick Foley, even though they don't look like the Vince McMahon's idea of the buff builder Hercules fucking figure, but they shoot good promos, they do decent matches, and they're willing to put themselves through, which is probably why they also can't wrestle anymore.
Correct.
Through extreme pain.
Well, plus, you know, a t-shirt is simple to print yes on a t-shirt. It's so simple to do, I bet. But yep.
That's the one.
They still want people to buy yes t-shirts, you know, so they can keep that yes movement thing going. Yes. Or plausible.
Well,
plausible.
Well, I was about to say that. Well, isn't he general manager on SmackDown now? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I hope Daniel Bryan just keeps going because, like he said, he went from yes to no back to yes, and now he's like, plausible, and then after plausible, maybe, and then
possibly.
Possibly.
Right.
And
Possibly.
And then after that one, I'm not really sure anymore. And then he doesn't even like put his. When he does the not even sure anymore, he just kind of shrugs. I'm not even sure anymore.
I'm not making too much of a check.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I said, when he does the yes chance, he puts his hands above his head. But when he's doing the I'm not even sure anymore, he just kind of goes, nah, I'm not even sure anymore.
Just kind of bleh,
yeah,
bleh.
yeah, I'm not even sure anymore.
He's like, meh.
His beard's like 4 feet long at this point. I'm not even sure anymore. Yeah, like I said, I kind of fallen out of wrestling, but like I said, the Attitude Era, obviously the best era.
Obviously. Went down in history.
You think you're gonna cash a check?
We're not cashing one without it saying Vince McMahon's bank. Vince McMahon's bank is so cool. You
Cash your checks.
do what you're told to do. Cashing checks, boy. Yeah.
Making bank.
Little man. We're cashing checks.
So we should be invited to a fucking Raw any week now, right, bro? All expenses paid.
Hey, we tried. Hell yeah.
All expenses paid. Yeah, but one thing I wish they would bring back though was the hardcore belt 24/7 rule. Tell me that wasn't the best.
It was.
Spike Dudley's trying to do his laundry and the headbangers are trying to jump him.
I remember that.
They chase him into a fucking not McDonald's playland.
I remember they were going down slides.
And he's throwing plastic balls at him and they're acting like they actually hurt him.
Oh, it's an 8 times plastic ball. Ah!
Oh my god, this 3/4 of an ounce piece of plastic. Ah! My one weakness.
My kid touched it. Oh no! Get it away from me! Oh crap!
Oh my god, chicken pox. I never had chicken pox before. Ah! You know what I also would have thought also been like really funny if like during the hardcore 24/7 rule, like whoever the hardcore champion is walking down the hall and they get jumped like right in front of Linda McMahon. Right. And she sees everyone get the shit beat out of them and they pin and she just like quickly pins one of them for the 3 count. And then it's like, yeah, I'm hardcore champion. And then just lies down and puts someone's hands over hand on her shoulders. Like, okay, now I'm not hardcore champion, so no one can jump me no more. Right? Well, I mean, no one. Right? How awesome would have that been if, like, even if it wasn't Linda McMahon, like, just anyone, like, if it was just, like, okay, imagine, like, it was in, like, a mall food court. And Crash Holly's waiting in line to get some Panda Express Chinese food or whatever, right? And he gets jumped. And the guy behind him, like, while he's fighting everyone, the guy behind him is just watching the fight. And during the fight, during the mall, everyone gets knocked out. And the guy that's waiting in line at the Panda Express is just like, he talks to the referee, he's like, what's happening? It's like, it's the 24/7 hardcore rule. Whoever pins this guy is the hardcore champion. But then he has to fight anyone in, like, whenever. And he's like, really? So he just, like, puts his hand on his, like, chest. He's like, 1, 2, 3. He's like, then he holds up the belt for, like, 5 seconds. I'm the champ! And then he just lies down and just puts Crash's hands back on his chest. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll take 1 order of orange chicken with fried rice.
It would be funny.
Right.
Remember, he has done that before.
Yeah. Yeah, but they never had, like, he fought in, like, random...
Classic.
Yeah, but I'm saying he fought in, like, random places, like, in parks and Funlands and the laundromat and at a bar, I think.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like a guy just like you know, it can't be McDonald's or something, but he's waiting in line at some fast food place and some guy just becomes hardcore champion for like 3 seconds. Just so he can say he was hardcore champion. That would technically be in WWE history, Phil. That would be a piece of trivia.
It's written in history.
Yeah. You can leave a question, comment, or email on YouTube. Leave an email. Maybe have us answer a question from you at podcast at gmail.com. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil of the Overlord Tank Group. Thanks for enjoying. And please, from now on, do not call this guy other guy. Thank you very much.
I have a name. I say it every episode. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, this is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and that's the show.